Hello, this is my video going over Project 3 of Mail for CS50's web programming with Python and JavaScript. So as you can see here, we are on the sign-in page for my Mail website. Now, instead of signing in, let's register and let's create our own account, and let's call it CS50. We can give the email cs50@gmail.com. You can just give the password 123. And once we create the account, we are now brought to our home page. On the top right, you can see that we are logged in with the cs50@gmail.com account. We can always log out. We have our inbox, we can compose an email, our sent, and our archived. Now let's compose an email and let's give any email name. Let's just call this one cs50program@gmail.com. We can enter the subject, you can call it test, and you can say, hello CS50 program. Now, once we click the send button, we are greeted that the user does not exist. So what we have to do before is create the second user. Now, if we register again, and we register this time, but with cs50program@gmail.com, same password, then we can create the account again. Now, as we just tested, we now have a CS50 program account and we have an account of CS50. So if we were to compose an email and send it to the cs50@gmail.com and make the same exact email of test and say hello CS50, then you can see that once we click send, our email has been sent because it is an account that is made. So once we click the send button, it takes us to our sent page so that we can see what has been sent. We can then also put this into our archive, and then that archive will be shown. We can reply to it, or we can just close out of the email. Now that we put in our archive, it's in our archive thing. But now let's log in from the CS50 account and see what it shows on that. So if we sign in, then we can see in our inbox, we are shown an unread email from cs50program@gmail.com. We can then click on this and we can choose to reply to it. So if we were to reply and say, hello CS50 program, and say, how are you? And click the send button, then our email reply will be sent. Now, again, if we go back, but this time enter with the CS50 program, then we will see again that we have an unread notification from cs50@gmail.com asking us how we are. So this just shows how you can send and receive emails. Now, if we want to, we can always just click the archive button again, and it will be showcased into our archive page. We have our inbox. We have shown how you can compose and how you can send. So this is my mail project for Project 3 of CS50's web programming with Python and JavaScript. Thank you for listening.